Well, how's it feel to be proven wrong after this? What 2 weeks of feeling like you had all the answers figured out?
So I had such a superiority complex going on for the last couple
you're going
of
to work
weeks.
for the last 2 weeks, seeing your boy Viraj at work. Guys telling you about how time slows down when you move.
Let me tell you, my friend.
Yeah, let me tell you, my
If you drive
friend.
differently,
Yes.
if you drive an hour every day, but you drive different route, it's actually
Yes.
2 hours.
It's actually 2 hours. Now, how do you say it again in a way where people can actually understand the words?
Translate it in English?
Yeah, maybe.
So there's no exact translation of
Right.
what he says. So I'm just going to try to
It's an
translate
ancient
as best as I
Italian
can.
proverb.
Yeah, which basically says
He who is resistant to change is destined to perish. So I want to try to live your life by that a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Apply
Don't
that
you-
principle.
Don't you ever tell me to live my life again.
Yeah. I'm going to jump the gun on that one, too.
So basically, what again, no exact translation, but it kind of breaks down to the idea of that if you do things differently, you're kind of experiencing time in a longer stretch.
Right. So if you were to go from your usual typical, drive home from your job back home, and you always go the same route every day, but then you decide to take a different route, one day your guy who you work with was telling you that means now your day's actually longer because you experience time differently, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when I heard that jargon, I thought that's just some, trying to think of like what an insult would be, and like
That's like
your bolt head or whatever. So I found some like some lame like jughead kind of thing I was trying to go for.
Yeah, I was gonna help you out, but then you said that, and I have no idea what you were
Like
trying to
lug
say.
nut, some like weird insult like you
Knucklehead.
no, not knucklehead. I want to be more like a robot. You're calling someone like you parts, you spare parts.
Yeah, what do you spare parts there,
Exactly.
bud?
What do you spare parts there, buddy? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be off of this entire episode because I realized the second I hit record, this is actually what we're gonna talk about. Whatever I'm gonna talk about, secondhand is actually the episode. If everyone knows the episode where Alex had to take a piss and only realized it the second he hit record, and then thought, I could have stopped. But it's like there's already been a minute. Now it's almost 2 minutes has passed. Should I really just stop the recording now? I don't really want to.
Go ahead. You do what you gotta do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the thing I normally can't do. I'm gonna take the reins.
I bet.
Go ahead and take a piss.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to
I'm
bother.
gonna impress you.
No, you're not going to impress shit. Sit
You're
the
gonna be
fuck down.
so proud of me.
All right, no. Okay, that's just gonna. At that point, I might as well just hit stop recording and go take a piss leisurely, then walk back and just start talking again.
Ye of little faith.
Ye of no faith.
Fucking the whole point of this debate, we're bringing it back up again, is because
we were under the impression that this stuff, this whole time travel thing was nonsense. But now after having it, I mean, I still think it's nonsense. But I'm just gonna say now you've had a.
now we have an expert.
Now we have an expert here from the likes of at Joe Rogan Elite, one of the most, the best source of all your Joe Rogan updates at Joe Rogan Elite, and Joe Rogan explains time traveling. And I'll be honest, even when he explains it still sounds dumb to me. But it was kind of funny looking over at you and seeing the gears start the scene from The Hangover, and all the numbers are coming across. You're like, oh my god, now you get it.
So I visually think.
Yeah, apparently, when you don't visually think. You visually arrive at conclusions. I guess it's different. It wasn't you thinking. It was like,
So I just also my entire expression is different.
yeah, exactly. Suddenly, I just saw it. You need to jump to conclusions, Matt.
That's really funny. That's a good reference.
Thanks, man. I try.
So he's saying that if a son and his mother put on a watch at the same time, I guess assuming the son and the mother are born at the same time.
And
Is that-
every
is that not-
mother's
is that-
son. That's what you made me think of. It was pretty cool.
Oh, man's croissant.
Croissant. Throwback episode, man. That's where we peaked, honestly.
At the croissant
At the
episode.
croissant episode. Everything
Yeah,
since
I've been
that's
thinking
been
that for a
downhill.
while. I've been thinking that we really hit our peak at some point. Now it's like
Now it's on a sad decline.
Dude, there was a nice little fucking period there where it was just like, dude, it's easy to
turning
record
them
every
out
day.
like
It's so
butter,
easy.
baby.
Fuck, we can do 2 each day. Now it's like,
I know.
God
Now
damn it,
it's like we
record now.
suck. We've already hit it. We've hit our peak. It's fucking bad, man.
And
Now we're like in the twilight of our careers. We don't even have the success to show for it. What losers!
I keep trying to convince myself that's just cyclical, right? And
Yeah.
we're just at that part where Matt Stone and Trey Parker were just bored
Right.
with South Park.
Nice.
But eventually it's going to the pendulum
Right.
swings back. And
But
they're gonna
again,
be super
when they
into
were
it.
bored of South Park, though, again they had the success to show for it.
Well, I mean,
That's the key difference.
We have 68 subscribers.
That's true. We have 67 subscribers. We lost one. Apparently, when I did the proposition for the 69 subscriber, they were like, "Fuck this guy," which I understand. Honest, I'm not even mad about it. Because what's grosser than someone saying, "Please, please,"
Wow.
Wow, what a hole.
Yeah, dude, fucking big hole. Just I haven't looked because I was just so confident.
You're like,
that
I was
worked.
probably 900 by now.
No, I was like, there's like 75 now.
Probably like 80,
78,
85, 90,
85.
probably like 200 subs.
At least 340 tops.
Yeah, at least 340.
I was under the impression that was a clever plea that worked in that thing that they call our favor.
True.
I didn't realize that the reveal was going to be the opposite of that. And now I understand what Joe Rogan's talking about here, because
Right.
now that I'm experiencing this, time
What a,
really
what
does
a
feel
rewarding
way
moment
slower.
it is for men of our generation to have those epiphanies where it's like, now I understand what Joe Rogan's talking about.
You say rewarding, and I'm under the impression that rewarding means I got like something positive in that experience.
Well, think about how, what a society it is in which we can be like, wow, I understand what Joe Rogan was talking about now.
No, see,
You can reflect on it.
so you just said the same thing again twice, but you never actually clarified what I was getting.
Which part?
The whole, you say it like it's rewarding. It's
Yes.
not rewarding. It's actually like doesn't make
It's
you
almost
feel any
like-
better at the end of the day knowing that now
It's
I
just
understand.
golden gratitude. It's extreme level. It's just riches for all.
The whole idea behind this is that apparently if a son and mother put on a watch at the
And
exact same
every
time,
mother's son. Remember that episode about the whole the croissant? We really
Yeah.
peaked on that episode, man.
all
Ever
man's
since then,
fish
it's
is
just
an all
been
man.
downhill.
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately.
Yeah.
And like for a while it was so easy to record, and we were getting
Right.
like one episode, we were
Right,
getting
right.
like 2 at a time,
For
and it
a
was
little
fucking
while.
easy. Now it's like, dude, we
now
have
it's
to fucking
like,
do
yeah,
one
it's like we're in
tonight.
the twilight of our careers.
Yeah, dude. You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of like the whole Matt Stone, Trey Parker thing,
Right.
where they start getting bored of South Park for
Yeah.
a while.
And
I
then
just-
we're wondering why we lost a subscriber. Because 4 people just were like, wait, hold on, wait, what? They just remind like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, what a hole.
We're in a time loop, dude.
It's a big hole, dude, because like I thought that whole thing was going to work. Like we were going to get like 75, 80 something
Yeah, for
subscribers
sure.
now, like 340
Now
tops,
I'm breaking
right?
the time loop, but you're still trapped in it. That's when the really crazy shit happens. No, you don't actually exist. You should be the one freaking out. I broke the time loop, which means you're not actually even real.
Yeah, but you know how like in all those sci-fi movies where
No.
the NPC
I've never
actually
seen
learns that it's not it's an NPC and it still becomes sentient
No.
because of that?
I've never seen
I
it.
just experienced that moment where it's like, yeah,
You didn't experience
Shakespeare.
anything because you're not really just established.
So the whole idea behind it was that if a mother and a son put on
And every mother's son, yeah,
oh man's
a
croissant.
croissant.
Oh, you're not gonna do it again,
No.
dude. I was trying to go through the whole
I already
thing all
said I
over.
broke the time loop, dude.
Oh, thank God, because I could have done that over and over.
Listen, there's no third time loop. There's no third Happy Death Day. All right, just 2.
Which is a shame.
The art of 2.
So the whole idea is that if a mother and a son put on a watch at the same time and go through the next 30 years, somehow their watches won't be lined up because time isn't actually linear. We only perceive it that
True.
way. It's actually
Time's just a construct.
yeah.
You think someone would get tired of saying these things? It's like, apparently they don't. Because I always see these guys pop up on these YouTube shorts from these nonsense podcasts. Speaking from my throne of sub 70, I got all the riches in my army. And you see all these guys, but they all go on with the same air of confidence. And the person who's interviewing them always like, wow, interesting. It's always, these guys are just all saying like, time's not actually real. They're interesting. It's like you're all just saying the same things. It's like I know you heard what you just said from a podcast. And I say it on this podcast. It's the whole copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Am I the only one who saw multiplicity? Multiplicity? Multiplicity?
Dude, you talk about that a lot. You've just been trying to preach that. Dude,
Multiplicity and Jumper, man.
you see, you think these are just casual conversations we're having, but these are infant tenets of our community we're trying to
It goes back
establish.
to your whole point. You're always talking about your fucking, it's a boat that runs on water, man moment.
Exactly.
Is the fucking we're living in a simulation, and that's why it always loops back because there's only so much code that they could, That's what I love too. There was people are always saying if it's a simulation, right? That's why there's things that are glitches. Like I think if we were in a simulation and we weren't sure, but I'm gonna say there are probably no glitches at all. And they had it pretty. We're far enough into the update cycle at this point where like everything's pretty fucking taken care of.
Yeah, that's what makes me think it's a simulation, dude. There's so many times where I'm driving home and I just go
Right.
into fucking
I didn't-
autopilot.
I don't think you. So you think you just like fast traveled?
I don't understand how I get
You know what?
from
Maybe
A to
we're
B
not
sometimes.
in a simulation because that would make it a lot more convenient if we were. That I would take that. I would take the loss of freedom and everything else in reality. If they're like you can fast travel though.
That'd be pretty dope.
Want to go to Long Island? Want to sit in 3.5 hours of traffic?
No, I would
No.
skip
Want to
that,
go to Long
please.
Island? Sure.
Just at least give me like 4 or 5 options to click from, like in a Telltale game.
No, you know what? Here's what we do. I'll give up all right to my, like my entire idea of self, my reality, everything I've known and lived and experienced, right? Mm-hmm. But I get to have like a cool Ben 10-esque like watch that has
fucking sick.
that has like a giant 3D map pop out of it, and I get to like pick a location. I get to fast travel to it. I swear to God, they like monetize like in the shitty video games where it's like you have to pay 100 coins to fast travel because apparently we need realism. It's like I'm fast traveling already. That's already not a thing. I don't know why we need to now, like, add a tax. It's like the fucking scumbags at EA, dude. I know I don't really play the Madden Ultimate Team anymore, but just for a second, that bullshit when it's like, wait, I'm selling a virtual card for a virtual currency, but when I sell it for $1 million, I only take home $800K because you're taking tax on it. What do you mean you're taking tax on it?
What? You're gonna
what? What?
Yeah, he's gonna get a 10, exchange a 10, wait in line at the bank, and get a roll of quarters. He's just gonna fuck my ass with a fucking roll of quarters.
Man, you're really jacked up right now, man.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand this time concept.
Yeah, the time, it doesn't make sense.
It's throwing me for a fucking loop. I don't understand. I was under the impression that time is an actual thing that exists in our day to day, and I understand the idea that 2 o'clock's arbitrary.
Yes.
But just because the number 2 o'clock is arbitrary, I didn't realize that the idea of time itself was just arbitrary.
True.
You know what? I figured it out. I just proved it. No. The reason that if you give a mother and a son a watch at the same time, set it at the same time, and wait 30 years to watch it be different is because watches aren't always be synced up. You can't. It's got a battery.
Oh, I thought that was even the analogy he gave about the whole thing. No, he said if you somehow have it perfectly. No, because there are certain watches they sell that I see a lot of watch. I'm just a really cool guy in my 20s who sees a lot of watch videos. There's like every other jerk off in the world. Wow, look at this emerald encrusted watch. Wow, was that worth $147,000? I'll take it. And you see some jerk off walk in, and he's like, "I have 3 watches for you here today, sir." He's like, "I'm looking to walk away with like about maybe anywhere from 385, maybe north of 385. I'm happy with." And then he's like, "Okay, well, let's see. I'll take this one right here. This one's beautiful, phenomenal. I want it. I'll give you 200 for this one, but as for these other two, I don't know if this is worth 190 combined. I'll give you maybe 140 for it, so maybe we'll go maybe 340." And then I was like, 390 is kind of my bottom dollar. I was like, what's your real bottom dollar? He's like, I can meet maybe like 380. He's like, how about 370, 378, 376, 375? You got a deal. It's like, great. My point being, okay, I know there are these crazy watches that have like it where like they throw these terms around. It's always some jerk off wearing gloves because apparently we need. I get it's a nice watch and all. It's like, oh, the oil is the person's hand. But like realistically, let's not have it be. I don't want the person trying to sell me something to be actually wearing greedy little gloves like the fucking thief he is. Okay, it just makes it feel way more like you're robbing me if you're wearing black gloves. Like ha 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 ha, give me your money. It's cartoonish. All right, all we need now to make it is if you have a super skinny body and a giant head with like the fucking mustache out to just a singular stick of a mustache and the little monocle. All right. But again, my point being to really long jump around kind of say is that no, there are actual watches that apparently are like amazing where they don't need to be checked and tuned. You can go underwater with them. They're always fucking set. They don't ever have batteries being changed. They're just the God's gift to God. The watch community, it's like, apparently time does, my point is your whole battery thing's flawed. I'm sorry.
I figured it out though.
Yeah, what's that?
Hypothetically, say
I really trailed off there for a second because you were just walking around so anxiously pacing. I was like, God damn, I should have back to how can I naturally toss the volleyball back to him.
No, bro, you're good, bro. You're good,
I'm
bro.
not good, bro.
I'm always on. I don't know if you know this, but I'm always on.
Fell, bro. You're not. You know what? Sure, we'll play that game. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's a little Freaky Friday action going on here. You're always on. I'm always off.
Hypothetically, say the mother and the son had these sci-fi fantasy novel watch you to explain that supposedly exists. No one's ever heard of this. It's not real. It's because the Earth rotates.
Right.
So if you're on this part of the Earth,
right? You know what? That's actually the best way. That's the best way to explain anything.
Time is actually
question. You just be like, oh,
Earth rotates.
Well, you've heard of longitude and latitude?
Yeah, that's my argument actually here.
There you go.
I practice maritime law, so I'm familiar with longitude.
Cute story, actually. Cute story. Yes, my name is Cherith Cute Story. It's an interesting name. Is it?
See how on I am?
You're so on, man.
I'm so on. I got our Arrested Development reference in there.
Yeah, but you said it out loud, which wasn't very on of you. It was actually very off of you.
No, I can see why you would think that. But it was actually very on. I was actually very on brand for me because if you've noticed anything, I'm very consistent on this show. And one of my consistencies is I constantly need accolades.
True.
So I had to bring up the fact that I brought up the Arrested
Development
reference.
So is that you saying? Hold on.
I have a very small.
Now the whole.
I'm insecure is what I'm saying.
The improv's now even throwing me off. I'm getting too lost in the immersion. So I said we did like a whole Freaky Friday thing. So is that you saying that you need accolades, insulting yourself, or is that you insulting me saying that I need constant accolades?
Hold on a second,
and do I need to now take on a new version of Robbie, the return of Robbie, in which I beat the shit out of you?
Listen, Do you remember in Arrested Development when
But then
Tobias
again, I
and
guess if I was being Robbie and I tried to beat the shit out of Alex, then you'd have to actually kick the shit out of me, Robbie.
in your body,
What?
I'd be beating up Alex's body.
Correct.
I wanted to make that clear. I was clarifying that for you since you weren't following.
Now I'm not. I thought I was on the same page as you. Then you clarified. Now I'm on a whole different fucking book.
Wait, what? What? You going to what? With what? Dude, what the fuck? You just fucked me up so much. God damn it. What the fuck? Why do you do that thing where you always fucking talk
You were
nonstop?
always on.
I was always on, but you freaky fried us back.
I was always on, but I'm not on.
You
Because I was never
fried
actually
us back
always on.
Because you didn't understand basic fucking English.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
So you freaky fried us back. That's something Robbie always says. Robbie makes that reference all the fucking time.
Robbie sucks.
Robbie does suck. I don't even know why I have him on this show.
Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, dude, why do you even have me on here? I fucking suck.
Honestly,
dude.
all you do is fucking interrupt and say things that aren't
And say
even worth
stupid,
anything. Everything you say is
nonsensical
stupid and
bullshit
useless.
that brings nothing to the conversation, adds no flavor, no fucking
Honestly,
moment of reflection,
it's
doesn't contribute
pathetic,
even
Robbie.
remotely.
And you know what's really pathetic
What
too?
a pitiful,
You try
sorrowful
to do this
existence.
cute thing before we record where you're like trying to run by me the idea of what you want to talk about.
Right.
And then you have the audacity to say something so stupid. And I have to clarify with you. Like, well, don't say it that way.
True.
Because it might come across really
Very
fucking
good
dumb.
point.
You know what I
Very
mean?
good point.
So don't do that when we're recording.
Interesting.
Because you've been thinking about this for the last 30 minutes, you small-minded fool. Well, you
Right.
should have thought about the fact that you're going to deliver it stupidly. It's going to be a waste of
Fair.
everyone's fucking time.
That's a good point. I probably would have delivered it stupidly there, Alex. Thank you.
So now try to think of something else. By the way, I have no idea what I want to talk about today.
Well, after
I have nothing to share.
after
So now-
Robbie,
now you know
heard
you
the
want to say
advice that
stupid.
Alex
Robbie,
gave me,
I'm not done talking.
I reflected
Robbie.
as Robbie.
That's interesting because Robbie usually stops talking. So
This
that's
is
really
a new
weird.
day. I established the plot earlier, okay? It's called improv. Play along.
I am. I'm doing what Alex does. He's shut the fuck up.
What I was saying
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
that all I did say actually was when you mentioned you wanted to talk about, I said, yeah, that's great, but try not to say it in a way where you close the thought immediately to like, yeah, I just want to say, I think, I had some good weather today, And then I'm supposed to be like, yeah, the weather was really good today. You're right. Good. Nice. And then you're like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought the weather was good. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I talk, I always give such a close-ended conversation. Can never possibly go anywhere. All the time. That's all I ever do. All the time.
No. I do that because I'm Robbie.
No. We Freaky Friday back.
No.
You kept talking and I stopped.
Oh,
so
shut the
obviously
fuck up
I'm
and
Robbie
sit
by
down.
talking.
All right.
No, I gotta keep walking.
Then you're
I'm
not
in the zone
Robbie.
here. Alex, good point.
Stay true to the character, man. Respect the improv.
You're right. I'm sorry.
All right, listen. Respect the cock. Respect the cock.
I would never say that. So now we know we're Freaky
Honestly,
Friday
I really
back.
wish I could have just said and tame the cunt and end the video, but justifiably 17 minutes does in fact feel like it's not really a full episode.
Actually, there's this,
Actually, because the way time's experienced on different ways, 17
Exactly.
minutes to some people.
so your watch says
Right.
17 minutes, but their watch says
Right.
45 minutes.
well, no, because think about it, because we do this all the time. So for us, 17 minutes is actually it's actually like 6 minutes.
That's exactly.
But for someone who's only listening for the first time, for them it's like 35 minutes,
Maybe even 40.
maybe even 40. Depends on what they listen to. Usually, are they listening to like
And we talk fast.
MSSP? Usually, they listen to like what's that dumb podcast I just scrolled past? It was like Girls in the Office or whatever. Is that Barstool one?
The Wizard Waverly Place one.
Sure, that one's probably. I didn't know that exists. That's probably dumb too.
But guess who's on it?
Oh no, I do know this. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
best friend and the father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people you don't give
That's
a
hot.
shit about. No offense.
fucking
but
hot.
Who gives a shit?
That's awesome. I've seen many passion projects involving that very dynamic of the father and the daughter's best friend. Actually, so I think I have high hopes for this podcast. Maybe I should give it a chance.
That's a good point, actually. I was very close-minded.
Yeah, I come to think of it, that's actually that's probably one of the best dynamics there could be. It probably goes father, daughter's friend, and then maybe father, stepdaughter. It's battling out one and two. At least for fathers,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Younger guys, it's the whole like younger guy comes home from college,
That would have been a different story
Yeah.
entirely, yeah.
different dynamic. That would have been the Jake T. Austin and the Hot Mom podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's not, no. It's the other podcast.
What are we talking about, bro?
Time dilation.
Time dilation.
Interstellar, I guess, maybe. Memento. Any Nolan movie.
I gotta stand back up for this,
Right.
Because I was out of character when I was sitting back then.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character when I was sitting back then. 'Cause I was out of character
You turn into one of those assholes who like gets a treadmill in front of their desk and just can't shut up about it and be like, dude, the productivity is when you're just burning off calories while you're working, you're burning off twice the amount of calories. And it's like, so shouldn't you be like less? If you're burning off twice the calories and not supplementing back like the addition of calories, wouldn't you then just have like less brain power and everything else, like think and do your job properly? No, it's actually really good for you. No, not at all. No.
I've been thinking about getting one of those. I've been thinking about getting the desks that actually rise up, so that way I never actually have to stop being productive. I can just treadmill and work at the same time.
Interesting. And then the third part of it is just getting like a fucking wall strap on to put in your asshole while you're walking. You know, so whenever you bounce back too far, really bridge the gap.
It's on the bicycle, so I can never actually sit down. So it keeps me up the whole time. So I'm always burning calories.
Well, it doesn't
always go.
not necessarily. You can sit down if you want to and go real crazy.
I mean,
then the harder you pedal,
the softer I get.
The harder you pedal, the harder it'll be to pedal. Yeah, that's suggestive.
Can I talk about the thing I wanted to talk about, or
can you?
I don't know, because
time dilation.
No, not time dilation. The other thing, the thing I talked about before the show, the cute thing that Robbie did before. You want to bring something up, and you're like, "Oh, I'll bring it up that way."
What was that? I don't remember at this point.
Oh shit! No, I can't think about it. I can't bring it up. Fuck! I'm so scared to bring up any conversation
What is
points
it?
now. I have 2 conversation points I want to talk about.
What are they?
One, okay, I'll give you the. I'll make it interesting. I'll give you the initials. Okay. One involves.
BJ. What does BJ stand for?
No, one close actually.
BJ.
EB at RC. And the other one is AS.
Asshole.
Basically, actually.
AS. You know what's funny? I immediately knew what EB at.
Yeah, I was surprised how quickly you got that one.
EB at
RC.
No.
Or MV.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the RC one first.
Fine, but that doesn't add up.
That's what I said.
The second thing, AS.
AS on.
This is a great conversation. You know, I can hear everyone who was even teetering on being interested just saying, I decided I'm not. Luckily, I was curious.
Luckily for us, check the timestamp. We can just call it right now.
We could call it right now.
You have to respect the cock, and you have to.
Oh no! It's not cool at all. If it's an alley-oop, that's much more of a fucking. I got the steal and I fucking brought it home. And on the fast break, you know.
Oh, so I should say the whole line you're saying.
No.
Okay.
What was the second thing you were gonna say?
AS.
Yeah.
Is a. I'll give you clues.
Okay.
I'll give you clues.
Works, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if the audience can figure out before I can.
Podcast. One word for the name podcast.
Okay.
One host.
Okay.
Several characters.
Oh. Okay.
AS.
Let me give you a clue.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh, I got one more clue.
Okay.
Constellation.
That's a good clue. All
right.
Interesting. Let's see. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Can I figure out what it is? So obviously I'm smarter than the audience because they didn't figure out shit because they're dum-dums. Yeah. All right.
You want to know why they're dumb? Because they're not subscribed. Fucking idiots.
True. Think about that. Think about how lame you gotta be to not be part of that one.
And if you were subscribed, you would have known that clue I just gave. We've talked about it.
Talked about it before. Exactly. It's your homework. It's your history. The backlog.
You could have been in on the in crowd, but you're a loser, and you're not.
That's what I don't get. It's like, like I said, we've talked about before. Inevitably, the podcast is gonna blow up, right? Inevitably.
I'm not gonna feel dumb when it happens. I'm gonna feel like
no. But you're gonna feel dumb though when it inevitably blows up, and the people who are just hopping from cast to cast to cast, right? Just they're like actual crabs.
Looking for the next big one.
Yeah. They're going to fucking have to fucking get onto this one, get onto it late, and then in backlog, there's just creating so much more. It's like when you don't want to do your assignment till the last day. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, and hey, I've been on the short end of that stick before. Almost every time I've ever had an assignment, right?
True. We've all been there every time we've had an assignment.
It's like, oof, I have 3 months to do my book report? Huh. Well, I could also have 3 months of just relaxing and...
Way better strategy.
And like a Saturday afternoon and a Sunday morning to do the thing.
That's a stupid book report. That's not as important.
Yeah, that's not as important. As
Don't take the advice now.
Well, no. What I was going to say though is those idiots, right? They're gonna make this podcast sucks. This isn't the fighter and the kid. This isn't cool. This isn't the King and the Sting or the Golden Hour. This isn't something awesome and funny and so cool. It just can't possibly be on YouTube, and I have to walk around always being like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm about to get demonetized. I'm about to get off the platform for how raunchy I am."
It's true. It's tough being.
Since it's not that yet, right? Since I don't have lip injections yet. Since I still dress like a normal fucking functioning member of society.
Yeah, for now.
My point is, because of that, these people are going to end up, waiting too long. They're going to get behind on the podcast, and then it's going to inevitably, they're going to be like, oh, this podcast is great,
And all their friends are going to be like, whoa.
Not even that. No.
We know
That's
you
not
weren't
that.
on
Then they're going
this.
to have to go backlog even more episodes.
They're going to say they feel foolish for not getting when they have the chance.
No, because it becomes, they're all seeking that fucking, I'm in this in-group, I'm in the esoteric community. So they're going to go backlog every single episode. And they just did it now, and it's caught right now. It's like what, 160 to backlog,
Yeah, that's only a couple of hours.
dude.
Worth of work.
And I'm fucking by the end of the year, it'll be fucking 9,000 episodes you gotta listen to. Just do it now, get it out of the way.
Come
Come on out, you'll have some laughs, we'll have some fun.
I know you can be overwhelmed and you can be underwhelmed. But can you ever just be whelmed?
I think you can in Europe.
Because right now, our amount of episodes is a very whelming number for you to consume.
Right, 160.
And if it was anything less, it'd be underwhelming.
Underwhelming.
If you wait too long, it'll be overwhelming.
Right, we're
So-
getting in right now. It's like getting in the market at the exact right time,
Exactly. It's right before the stock explodes. It's just
Really think about it. Right now, except right now it's a buyer's market, guys.
Exactly.
Because right now it's like we're giving it to you for free.
Stop being such a fucking schnook.
I mean, just a schnook.
All right? Respect the cock.
Respect the cock. Respect the cock. And tame the cunt!
Bye, chiquita.